Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome to this hopefully fairly brief video just talking about the Community Quality of Life vote, number 2, currently going on in Robocraft. So, other than a serious mouthful, what exactly is this vote for, what is the vote at all, and why is it important to anyone currently listening? Well, the current Quality of Life votes are a way of free jam to talk to the community, to see what is actually important and what should they be working on, which is always a very nice idea when a developer actually tries to listen and give options for the player base rather than simply going their own way, which can sometimes lead to very curious choices. I think we can all agree at this point. So this is the second iteration of the vote, as you can probably tell by the title of it, and the first vote was actually won by the smart weapons. That is why the smart weapon update came to be, and honestly, most people, the general player base, seem to like that update, so hopefully this will lead to one as well. So before I actually show how you vote and where to go to, I would just like to talk about the options currently available, and then I will actually show the voting sheet itself, and then give my opinion on what should win. So how you vote with this one is you are voting on a priority system rather than voting on one particular one, so please bear that in mind as I quickly go through them. So, the first one, the first option, in no specific order, these are just the order which it's given to us: add paid name change functionality, add robot center of mass, total mass and total health indicators in edit mode, and improve the battle score screen to offer clearer, more meaningful information. Following this, there is also add option to test drive robots from the CRF for free, also able to view options for higher CPU, as in robots which are higher CPU than your current level allows, so yeah, that's also very helpful indeed. Improve camera to eliminate the 1 degree dead zone when you aim directly above and below, which we'll get into a little bit more later. Add a system where crates can be stored and opened later. Add undo and redo buttons for edit mode. Add an option to increase the speed of crates opening. Add reconnect functionality for when players disconnect or desync from battle. And finally, and one of the weirdest ones, change the Proto-Seeker to include life-stealing functionality. So once the first battle's over in the current screen you're watching, we'll quickly go into it and show the actual screen and then talk about where I would like to vote and where I'm personally putting all the things myself. The battle is over, and so we can have a quick look at all the options now in actual picture form, and I'm also hopefully showing where I have voted myself. So the most important one to me, and I think this is going to apply to me more than other people, and I'm completely aware of this, I would very much like to store the crates so I can open them later. I am of course biased because that makes my videos a little bit more interesting. Perhaps being able to open a series of crates at the start of an episode is very nice. As you can probably also see, the final one, the least important to me because I don't want to go over every single option here, is add paid name change functionality. Although I do agree that if you are going to pay for a free game, it's generally best you pay for things which don't directly affect combat, which don't affect your prowess, but instead affect your speed of leveling, speed of getting certain things, and, you know, cosmetics and stuff like that. Well, since cosmetics no longer cost Galaxy Cash, I do understand that this is a good way of recouping that by adding a name change functionality for payment, but I don't actually agree with this one. I think this is a service which should have always been in the game, and should be free, but on some form of cooldown. You can change your name, but only every X amount of days, months, years, millennia, whichever you actually prefer. But yeah, I don't really agree with that. Higher up as well, the last one I really want want to talk about is just adding a robot centre of mass, total mass, and total health indicators. That is a very close second, because to me it is a really, really important thing, because I like a lot of flyers. I prefer flyers to all other types of robots at the moment in Robocraft, so being able to see the centre of mass would be pretty useful, it must be said, so I would absolutely love that. The rest I feel are more just for, well, quality of life in the true sense. It would be nice, but not really needed. The reconnect functionality is pretty nice, but honestly, I don't know many people who disconnect and instantly want to go back into the same battle and such, so that could be a bit of an issue itself. And now I would quickly like to just talk about the dead zone thing, because originally I didn't have a clue what that actually meant. The dead zone idea is an idea which has been thrown around before as well in the previous vote, and if you look directly up or try to look directly down on a robot, you can't quite fire there, and in my opinion, I actually don't mind that, as a flyer, I like to get above the enemy and be an harassment type of robot, and that is actually pretty useful. Although I do understand it is pretty annoying when you think you can shoot someone, but actually they're just a bit too vertical towards your current position, and then you can't shoot them. So again, nothing really there I care about all too much other than the three I have mentioned. So, with that out of the way, and hopefully back into a battle by now, depending on how future Lathrix edits this, how do you vote, and why should you vote? Well, honestly, it's very, very important that people vote for things they really want. I think people are going to vote if they see something they really care about, or really don't care about. If something here you disagree with, go and vote, put it on the bottom and make sure your voice is heard. If there's something you really want, put it on the top. This is probably going to be the only video I do about these, as they seem to be a regular recurrence now. From now on and in the future, there's going to be more of these, so just make sure to keep up with the Robocraft Twitter, or of course the Robocraft main page, if you would like to see more of them. So it's really simple. You simply put them all in the order you want, you press next, then you are given the option to suggest other things which may be added to future ideas. Please be nice there. And then that is that. You don't even have to log in on the Robocraft website. It's really easy and really simple, and I quite like the idea. Any attempt from Free Jam to actually gauge the ideas of the community is very, very welcomed, and always will be, at least on my part. So with that, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Hopefully it was short, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. There will be a link in the description to the voting page, so you can have your say. Last time there was 15,000 voters, and this time I hope perhaps there'll be a little bit more. Thank you, and goodbye.